Okay, right, we'll just we'll add a bit more. What I've decided to do is to just hold off manufacturing the or building the overall cover canopy. I've made four of these. Okay, so made four of these. I've made a couple of walls as well, as I said I was going to do. Yeah. Alright, so there's a couple of those there ready to be put together with the overall canopy. But the building that goes on the opposite side of the canopy from the walls is what I'm starting building now, and there's a reason for that. With the walls, as you can see, the canopies can go anywhere along here, can't they? Okay, you can glue them there, you can glue them here, you can glue them there, but there's on the opposite side you've got a building, so you have to make certain that when you glue the canopy uprights, yeah, as it were, on the columns on here, they don't clash with the building which is on the opposite side. So as you can see, I've started constructing the building. Okay, so what we've got here, right, is the building on the opposite side. So the columns for the canopy can only go in certain places. They can go here, they can go here, there, there, there and there. But you do have to be careful that you don't put them there, obviously in the middle, there or there. So this is why I'm building this. I'll get some idea as to where I can put my columns. Okay, because that goes on one side, that'll go on the other side like that, and the columns will go between. Right, so I've started building this. That's a fairly straightforward build. Just make certain that you do read the instructions. Especially, you know, it must seem fairly obvious initially when you stick this on the carton that you fold over and glue the windows back on themselves on the inside. But not necessarily. Oh. My son around. Hello, son.
Hello, Father.
Good morning, son.
Good morning, Father.
Did you sleep well, son?
Yes.
It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, son.
I know, Father.
Right, okay. Right, we've got some windows. Yep. We've got 2 on this one. We've got 4 on the other one. So I've just cut 6 out. Okay. I'll show you how I did them. Glued them already to the plastic sheet. Lay them face up on the workbench and grab the piece of card that you want the window to go into. Okay, so it'll go in there. There's a top and bottom, so remember that. Right, with my tube of glue, I'll go around the opening that I'm going to use, that I want the window in. Okay, all the way around the outside. Rub it in with my fingers, make sure it's spread evenly. Clean your finger. Right. Make sure you got the one that you've glued, obviously, over the window. And then I go down. If I take off any excess glue, if there is any sticking through to begin with, obviously, stick that down on top of the window. Just push it down like that. Get round the back. Make sure the thing is firmly stuck. Ensure that it's central in the window, which is what you want. And there you go. One window in its hole. So that's the windows. They're fairly easy to do. Once you've done one, the rest come quickly. It's cutting the things out. That is the bind, because they're quite fine lines. This is what I use. This is a Swan Morton number 4 with a very sharp blade in it, surgical blade. That's good for cutting paper. You got to renew it. It's like everything, it blunts very quickly. So I'll finish off putting all these windows in. I did forget to mention at the time when we were talking about the bits and pieces on this particular section of the building. The tabs, okay, right. The window tabs, you can't see them now. I've already glued it, I think I probably just said. The door tabs, right, what we'll do with those is we'll take the door tabs around, take the door tabs around, glue those down, because we have to stick on those doors a door number 2 overlay, which is these two parts here. Okay, I'll cut those out, stick them onto the acetate, and then put those behind these doors. Okay, that's the next job. But what we don't do is we don't bend the centre big doors around yet. Okay, we'll leave those flaps there as they are. We won't glue them around, but we'll glue the ordinary doors around. So that's the next job to do. So all the windows are in, as you can see, on that and on that. As well, same on this one. There's no doors on this one, just the big main entrance there. We won't glue those down yet until we've glued the inside to it. Alright, so next job, cut these doors out on here, stick them onto acetate. See you in a while. There you go. There you go. I'm quite happy with that. It's windows and doors fitted in one of the sides, or one of the side buildings. There's a lot more to do, but yeah, getting on there. Getting on. And so what we've got to do next is I think we glue the backs to these, don't we, the insides, as I said before. So we'll go away and we'll do that, and then we'll see what the next step is. Right, enjoy. Alright, there we go. That is the backs stuck on the fronts. Or rather, was it the fronts stuck on the backs? I don't know. One of the two. Actually, I applied glue to the inside wall so that I didn't get it accidentally on the on the window see-through bits, yeah. So I used the PVA glue for that. This kind of white wood glue, basically, because it's cheaper than the Yoo-hoo stuff that I use for the intricate bits. So I could spread that out a bit better, and it didn't cost me a fortune, obviously, because it's quite a big area to cover with glue. Not too wet, don't get it too wet, otherwise we start bending bits and pieces and cardboard starts delaminating and all that stuff. So just a thin smear, clamp it together. I use the old clothes pegs on here. My wife wonders where they disappeared to. So she goes out and buys a load more next time she's out, and then she finds them on the table here in the dining room occasionally. So just make sure the fronts, I keep calling them fronts and backs, they're insides and outsides. Just make certain that the insides and outsides are square and level when you actually glue them together, okay? Because they're different heights on the inside. On the inside, they're only... pick one up and show you. Well, that's it there, okay? So that is the... so when you get them, when you put the inside onto the outside, put them flat down on a nice flat bench, make sure that they're level, make sure they're level at the ends, and then start clamping them up with there's different ways of doing it, isn't there? I use the old things. Well, I told you that already. I'm going round in circles, I'm sorry at the moment. I managed to burn my foot the other day with some hot oil, and I can't walk without me dad's walking stick, and it hurts quite a bit. So my brain isn't working as it should do. Not that it works brilliantly when it does, but I've thought about perhaps a bit more than I should do. My apologies. But I need to do something. I can't go out walking, I can't do anything else, so I need to do this. And I'm afraid you're on the pointy end, aren't you? You're receiving it all. So anyway, my apologies. I'll end it. See you next time. And get some painkillers in me. Well, a few less, I should think. Painkillers in me. And anyway, I'll see you next time. Enjoy life, as I'm trying to do. And yeah, bye bye.